Let's break the mold and stop waiting for the other shoe to drop. Welcome to Stanley on 7. We're here until it's here.
Welcome back. This is Stanley on 7th, your favorite Wild podcast, a Pull Tab Sports production. I'm Ryan Carter with John King. Kinger, I've got to admit, I've made probably the biggest post-Christmas cardinal sin. I did it today.
What did you do?
I forgot it was recycling day, and I completely missed it. So now in my garage, and that's the worst part, is recycling is once every 2 weeks.
And you had all that paper, from the wrapping paper?
Chocked full, cardboard, through the roof, and I missed it.
And everybody in the neighborhood now knows that you're living a life that's out of control.
Right, exactly. Everybody's laughing at me. Like,
you were also,
forgot his, like I could see my neighbors probably sitting there thinking, like, just waiting in the morning, like, is he going to miss it? Is he going to miss it? And then have the truck go by, he actually misses it, and then a small little celebration.
And this is the week where you stick the couple bags on top of the container.
Right.
You're like, this is still in the container.
Try maybe tape like a Christmas card to it, to, the recycling guy. Like,
do you give money to your garbage guy?
No.
I don't even know how you would do it. They come so early now.
Right.
It's their own fault.
My recycling is like 6:30 in the morning, so if you don't put it out the night before, you're done.
You notice the mailman comes at like 5 in the morning now?
I noticed the mailman comes like twice a day sometimes.
Yeah, twice a day.
Yeah.
What's going on with the mail?
Lots of it.
Do you think we should have exchanged gifts?
You and I?
Yeah.
I do.
That's a missed opportunity.
But I see that you're wearing some sweet new threads here.
Yep.
Why don't you tell us about your sweatshirt?
This is a J. Hilburn sweatshirt. No free ads. It's a hoodie. Technically a hoodie. I'm a 47-year-old man wearing a hoodie. But it says REY. I know the 10 YouTube viewers already can see that. Hey, guys. Hey, Jim and Fred and Sally. REY is my last name in Spanish.
Ray.
My last name is King, and that's Ray, which is a douchey thing to do. But if you do it in Spanish, no one knows, and it's less douchey.
Okay.
It's like a personal thing. It's like a photo in your army helmet of your wife.
So who got it for you?
I bought it for myself. What was I
You bought yourself a Christmas present?
Yeah.
And it's your own name on your sweatshirt in Spanish?
The best is...
And it just happens to be King.
The best is my wife's like, hey, your stylist, I have a stylist also, is like, she dropped this thing off. It must be a gift. It says like, it's a hoodie with, Ray on the front of it. And I didn't even correct her. I was like, oh, that's so nice of her.
Otherwise, Christmas was good?
Yeah. I think so. I don't love Christmas. I'm more of a Thanksgiving guy, but just a lot of clutter and commerce, and you got to buy even gifts for everyone. And I don't know. I'm kind of sorting through it. I think I'm going to start traveling over Christmas pretty consistently.
Really? Get away from the snow?
Be somewhere warm. Today, I was telling Gabe, the producer here, that my washer fluid's freezing. So I don't know if I don't have the right color washer fluid or it's just that cold.
Sometimes when your blinker fluid's low, your washer fluid freezes.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what that means. I think you're bullying me.
Maybe a little bit.
First the sweatshirt.
You did. Let's talk about your vehicle. You had to get rid of the big one, and now you're driving a Wrangler.
Going through changes. So I had a company vehicle, a big, beautiful Escalade. I work for myself now. I live the wonderful life of an entrepreneur. So I've graduated to a 06 Jeep Wrangler. And as my wife says, you know how there's a Wrangler wave? People wave at each other.
It's like the motorcycle too.
Yeah, just like a little. But I'm missing it a lot. By the time I realized the guy waved at me, he's already gone because I'm not in practice. And my wife said, you know why they're waving at each other? Because they're all in the shit together with these cars and no power windows, and they're cold and they're shake and it hurts my back. And so she's not super happy about it. It might be a new car sooner rather than later.
Well, one thing I like about it is I notice you have the White Bear sticker on the back. Are you a big bumper sticker? That's old school?
Yeah, that's when we first moved here. That was like a thing. You know, when you first move to a new community, you see everything like, hey, everyone's got a statue. Yeah. What's this sticker mean? Where do you get the sticker? Oh, you got to go to this place. They used to have them at the frame store. This is where you would get those white stickers.
And you just threw it on the back? And
I did. Proud member of White Bear Lake, as are you.
Are you talking about the medicine chest downtown?
No, it's not. It wasn't at the medicine chest. It's over on the same street as like Catronio's.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they still have them.
Do you have a white bear in your lawn or landscape somewhere?
Yeah. Do you?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that we've lost all of our listeners, this is the White Bear Lake Illustrated podcast, a part of the Pull Tab Sports family. Hey, Dallas, okay? Last game we played, Rat said everything was going to be okay. And then we played one more game, because we have a pandemic, a global pandemic. And we lost 7-4 to the Dallas Stars. And a month earlier, we had beat them 7-2. I was there. What do we make of these bookends? It's like they giveth and they taketh away.
Well, for me, it's all about scoring. I think the Wild, they did a great job early on. That first game you're alluding to, I think they beat Dallas similar score,
7-2.
So it was 7-2. I thought it was maybe like 7-3 or 7-4, but and they were all even strength goals. They were just scoring, and they could put the puck in the back of the net. Dallas had a good power play at that time. It didn't matter, but the Wild's game for sure early was good, great, exciting, and that was because they could just outscore everybody they played. Mm-hmm. You put 7 up at home, you're going to win. It almost doesn't matter how you play in every other facet of the game, right? Now I think that and I think sometimes when you get puck luck, you don't give credit to puck luck, but when you're not getting it, you can easily say, like, we're not getting the bounces. Like at time they were getting bounces. Now they've dried up a little bit, and it's not for lack of effort or other things, but they're just not getting that goal at a critical moment that changes the complexion of a game. I think Rat's still on it. I don't think it's time to panic. I think they're still a good club, but they went.
So
down
you don't have a lot of worry yet?
No, I don't have a lot of worry yet. Like a 4-game skid, big deal, right?
Yeah.
It's going to happen. I actually think. From a contrarian standpoint, you want to have to battle these things at some point during the season, because during the postseason, when the games really matter, you want to be able to draw on these things and be like, hey, there's no panic. Like, we don't have to panic. And the players are learning too. Like Evison, this is his first, third, or 4-game skid, right?
Yep.
They have no clue what he's like, how he reacts, right? And all this stuff is new, and they're learning it. And I just think it's valuable in time to, when they get their backs against the wall in playoff hockey, that they've had this experience. But if they can figure it out and get back to scoring a bunch of goals, yeah, there's absolutely no concern. Otherwise, they got to tighten some things up defensively.
So before we get into the Winter Classic, which this is our pre-show for the Winter Classic, Eck getting hurt. Like when he went down, I just had this moment where I was like, oh no, that's like the load-bearing wall. You know, this is the one guy that we shouldn't lose for an extended period. Have they said, I mean, this is a mystery. What is lower body, upper body? Is there just no information on this deal?
Well, I'm pretty confident it's upper body. And
what did he do? He almost was like this, right? Like he hurt his shoulder?
Shoulder or elbow. So I think you go into the wall like that, it's probably a separation of the AC joint. Or
how long does that take to get back?
It depends on the level. And a lot of times they'll say, I think there's level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Did you ever do that?
Oh yeah, that's this one here.
Okay.
This is the 5. That was the blowout. That was 8 weeks.
And what was that number-wise?
This was as high as it goes. This actually might have been a 6.
So a 5 is an 8 weeker. That didn't look like a 5 to me. So he's maybe a 3.
Yeah, and it depends. So you just tear the ligaments, and they say that they don't repair that one, the AC joint, surgically. They just let it be, and then as soon as you can tolerate the pain, they'll let you play.
So does he walk around in a sling?
I haven't seen him.
God,
so now there's new protocols with all the...
So when you're hurt, you're just gone at home or something?
Yeah, I think they are, but also there's the bowels of the rink and stuff, and the players are in and out, and they don't want anybody getting sick now, and everybody's testing. So it's back to if you're part of the club, you're in. Otherwise, you're out. So we wouldn't see him. I haven't seen him.
So how long do you think? A month?
I think that's probably a good place to start, is a month that you're going to lose him, if that's what it is. If it's the AC joint, if it's the labrum or something else, it could be longer. But again, that's something that you can play through if you can tolerate the pain and the discomfort.
Pretty good timing. I mean, we're in this weird pandemic purgatory where they schedule games and then they take them all away. And I mean, he's going to end up missing. Has he even missed a game yet? He hasn't, right?
No.
He hasn't played since he got hurt.
Right.
So, and that was on December 20th. So it's going to be January 1st, assuming they don't surprise us. I mean, that's 2 weeks of the time. He didn't even miss anything.
Right.
That's amazing.
And they've started to cancel games further down the road, too. So I think they canceled the Winnipeg game on the 10th of January, maybe. So there's other games that they're kicking the can down the road on, too. So it's just getting fewer and fewer. Now, Spurgeon's the same. He was out and injured. And now you've got time for him to heal. Obviously, Brodeen's going to miss the Winter Classic, we're hearing now, because of
COVID.
Yeah, because of COVID. But that's a good way to look at it. Like, if you're going to be out and need extended periods of time, it's best when you're off. Now, it sounds like this is probably something we should talk about, too. No Olympics now.
Yeah, that was, you saw that coming, though.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of saw it coming, but did you see Brad Marchand come out on Twitter and kind of go after? I'm not sure who he was going after there.
Well, he's saying you hoodwinked us on the deal.
Right.
When we did the CBA, you knew this was important to us. I think he's right. I think a lot of the posturing that's going on right now is to help them look appropriate not going. And I also think the NBC factor you can't underestimate either. NBC runs the Olympics. They just switched to ESPN, TNT. If the Olympics were on ESPN, I promise you the players would be going.
Or if NBC still had NHL hockey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It would be a done deal. Yeah. And all this, like, everything's getting broomed. I mean, the Canada factor you can't underestimate. The thing that's really messing us up is the border crossing. And I don't know what Canada's deal is, man. Seriously, just relax a little bit. Like, I don't know what they're trying to prove up there. Like, I hope the league gets to the point where you only get tested if you have symptoms. The NFL, I think, is doing a good job leading through this and kind of showing, okay, this is crazy. The other thing the NFL does that's just so funny is a guy will be out with COVID. They'll move the game from like Sunday to Monday, and then he plays. It's like, what? Yeah. It's like, they're almost like, what? No. He had Sunday COVID, not Monday COVID. I mean, so I think the NHL is going to have to pump the brakes. You can't have dudes walking into the facility, Q-tip up your nose every day, or we're never going to get anywhere. We're never going to play a game.
Right. Well, then this is not what this podcast is about, but the CDC coming out with other stuff in 5 days and then bring this back to Jonas Brodin. Like, then there's the hope that maybe they just adjust their protocols. And when did Brodin test positive? And if he's healthy, because that's the issue with a lot of these people is that they don't feel symptoms, or they're not feeling ill. They're just testing positive. So they're capable to play or to do what they need to do, but they're just not allowed.
It's brutal. But on the bright side, I do think the golden goose is this beautiful little thing called the Winter Classic. So at best I can tell, they got the Blues in a Dick Cheney bunker. They got the Wild in a bunker, like you said, and they're trying with all their might to protect this New Year's Day game. Whether it's the Iowa Wild playing whatever, it doesn't matter. We're going to play this damn game at 6 o'clock in 18 below zero in Minnesota. Hey, one good thing during all this BS.
I woke up feeling like Rocky the other night, like I needed to
start a chicken.
Yeah, start training and get after it. I had a dream that his name was
played in it.
No, because you see the NBA's doing these like 10-day or 2-week contracts. I think the Timber Pups just had a guy come out of retirement. And play.
That you could play in the Winter Classic because the whole Roseville Oval gang goes down.
Right, whatever it is.
You're just like, hey, well, as it turns out,
warm body.
Yeah, I'd love that. Oh my god,
I had a dream that
we could do the credit card game after.
Right,
go someplace in Minneapolis, Manny's.
Fun, wouldn't it?
Don't even bring your kids, just me and you. Yeah, well, are you saying that? So if anyone from the Wild was listening, are you saying if we really have a rampant outbreak that you're good to go?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Okay,
and that's what I have the rink out back. I was like, is this a sign? Do I need to go out there and start doing some herbies, get myself in skating shape?
How much worse would you be if you played in this game versus your very successful Stadium Series many moons ago?
I actually think it would be fun to compare. I would be terrible.
Really?
Terrible.
Yeah.
But it would be in a good way.
It'd be fun to watch. It'd be like, we always wanted to have the regular man graphic in the Olympics where you're watching like the 40 and then they just show a regular person, like a hologram, kind of giving you context. But well, good to know. Hey, if things really spread, Omicron style, then karts is good to go.
Worst
Would
case,
you make any demands? Do you need would you want, if you get the contract, can you build in a reverse retro 97 jersey for me? I'm sure there's one of them in the basement of the hockey lodge.
I'll try to do that. Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to have a lot of leverage, but if it gets really bad.
Yeah. You got to try, right?
So can we break down some of your experiences playing outdoors? How many times did you do it?
Twice. One was cold.
And once was when you say cold, how cold?
I think it was low, like 10 degrees.
Okay. And what
wind chill was probably negative.
Okay, so it was pretty serious.
Windy. Yeah.
So what goes into that as a player? All this romance, we're going back to the way it was, playing outside and, warm your boots by the fire. And what's it really like to play an NHL game outside?
Well, it was... The Stadium Series game here at TCF was a blast. It was a lot of fun. You come out of the tunnel, there's fans everywhere. They did a good job decorating it. There was snow flying. You had eye black on, but it wasn't terribly cold. I think it was a pretty mild day, 28 degrees. So temperature wasn't an issue. In fact, that one was almost too hot. So you sit on the bench and they have these fiberglass benches and they're just blowing heat in each side. And you just hear that as the heat's coming in. And if you sit on the end, actually, who's going to have the worst seat in the house is
our boys,
Kirill and Zuccarello, because they're going to be pumping the heat in there. They might suffer I don't know. It's going to be like a whippet. You're just sitting there.
They're going to be in, what do they call that? Where you go and do that yoga, that hot yoga.
Yeah.
So you maybe text those guys and be like, hey, heads up on your regular spots.
You're going to want to give it a
Going to be
slide.
a bit of a sweat lodge.
Yeah. Zuccarello's played in them, so he'll probably know. But
can you imagine if they move? This is something to watch. So if they're like, hey, guys, the little lava pit down there, we're going to be bumping down a couple spots.
And
meanwhile, Nico Sturm is melting.
Yeah. It'll be a good spot if it's as forecasted, minus 10 degrees.
Yeah.
It'll be a good spot because it'll be the warmest spot. But all you breathe is propane exhaust. You ever go ice fishing and you walk into the,
Correll's from Russia. He'll be fine.
You just filter that right out.
He's like, what? Where's the bread?
So that's fun. And there's some nostalgia there playing. For me, it was really special in Minnesotan, playing in Minnesota outside, kind of like you did as a kid. For me,
you
don't
remember your stat line, do you?
I do.
What was it?
I think it was a goal, 2 assists.
Yeah.
I was the number 2 star. I was riled with Holla because I think he had 2 goals.
Oh, really? I thought in hockey a goal was worth as much as an assist. It's one of the beauties of the game.
Yeah,
and
but
he's from
they give
Finland.
2 assists out.
Finland.
That's the issue.
Probably the gopher thing helped him, though.
The gopher thing. Yeah.
Metro.
One of them was an empty netter.
Metro.
So I think I was rattled about that.
Ooh, empty netter.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good job.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. The other Stadium Series game was probably more of a headache in the end. It was exciting and fun. Yankee Stadium. And
that was the cold one?
That was the cold one.
So talk about the prep, okay? You were mentioning you wore a turtleneck and it was brutal. What you're making different decisions obviously than a regular game. What did you do when it was really cold? What was your play?
Well, that's what you do on the practice day is you try everything, and they'll give you all types of gear that you could maybe wear under, and you could have how do you say these things? Block lavas. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
It'll go over, it'll cover your ears, and it will cover everything but your face so you can breathe and stuff. And does it fit under your helmet? What's it feel like? Can you play like that? And sometimes you come up with no. We had a day game, so eye black really actually did matter. Could you deal with the glare? Could you not? Did it help? Did it not help? And yeah, for me, it was layers underneath. That on the bench, you're not cold at all because of that heat that they're pumping in there, but you get off the bench and it can get pretty cold.
When is the practice day? When will the Wild practice?
I think they can practice. I think they might even practice there Thursday. So it's Thursday. Friday's going to be, I think, their family skate practice and family skate.
Yeah.
And Saturday, no morning skate, just there for the game. So the facilities are different. You don't have your normal warm-up routine and stuff. The home teams, I'd have to look at it, but I think the home teams have struggled recently in the Stadium Series or outdoor games, and I think it has to do with for sure the Winter Classic,
because all the family stuff and
families are here. They come for Christmas. They're with you for a week. Then they're there for the skate.
So tough game to win because you just got Ryan O'Reilly just walks in here staying at a hotel and again, and he's like, hey. let's beat these guys and rip some beers.
Right. Normal road routine, just a different venue, right? You're still getting your pregame meal at the same spot. You're still going 2 hours before the game. You're still in the hotel the night before. I think for guys at home, they have the family skate. It's a special day. You've got relatives in town. You might have your spouse's relatives in town. Everybody's at your house. Maybe they have too much wine or something at dinner and now they're sticking around too late, and however the day shakes out. But there are just a lot of things that can distract you.
So I want to talk about the fan side of it. So what do I'm really concerned about how to play this thing, right? You're an NHL vet, okay? So I had a mishap at the Stadium Series alumni game. I went, and that was a special day too, the day before you guys played, the Wild one. Got super juiced, and I should have known. I brought Pedialyte to my hotel room. That's the kind of day I was going to have. And it ended with...
It's like you knew beforehand.
So I was at that hotel right at the U of M there, whatever it's called, I don't remember what it's called. But I had all this NHL information in my head, and it was this big party with all these dignitaries in town. But I was so tuned up that I couldn't filter out that I didn't know the people, because in my head I did. So I would just go up to Chilios and be like, "Hey, you gonna sauna after?" Because I would know like he saunaed, and he would just be like, "Who are you and why are you asking me about saunaing?" And so I don't know like even how to do this. I wish it was like a 1 o'clock start in the sun. We're gonna get to the Minnesota of it all, but like you don't pregame for 5 hours before you go to this deal, and then you're in there at 6 and then you're there till 10 and trying to get out of there. So like, how would you do this as a pro? Do I need a car service? Should I only start pre-gaming at 3? What do you advise I should be wearing? What's the drinking program? Am I putting in a dip and then not drinking that much and like grinding through it? What if we're losing 3-0 at the end of the second? Is it okay to leave? Just help me. Give me some thoughts.
But it is going to be tough. I think you got to spend a lot of time in the bar. You got to get a good seat at the bar.
You got to just be juiced.
And that's what my brother-in-law said. I was talking to him last night. He's like, I think that the play is just be as drunk as you can be.
And then like Vaseline, and then just like,
but still kind of remember. But
okay.
But then it was like, you know what? I don't think being drunk keeps you warm. It just helps you maybe not.
You
feel
just don't
feelings.
Yeah, you're cold.
You can't feel.
Is that the same thing?
So maybe it's not a great idea.
Maybe it is though.
You'll leave frostbite, but you had a heck of a time.
Okay, so get max juiced. What about the clothing scenario? I asked a guy on the way out of hockey last night. He said, "Kinger, you're going to want thermals." Underneath, or no, is that the right word?
Base layer
underwear. I don't know. Base layer, a gaiter because of the wind, Vaseline anywhere that's open, layers. Also maybe like pants that have the liner in them. Everything with liners. What do you think clothing wise?
Let's go through the forecast quick. What is it? I saw the high of -4, the low of -18. Game time's probably what, -10?
Which is just so brutal.
But what's the wind?
I think the wind chill's -18. I don't think the temp is going to get -18. If it is, then it's -40 or something.
Yeah.
So can we break that down for a minute? So we started this podcast to break the mold, right? Minnesota sports fans getting our undies in a bundle, right? And bailing on our team, kind of wanting them to do bad so we can validate ourselves. This is a cartoon of Minnesota. Like the fact that all the people from TNT are like, everything's ice fishing. Like, hey, can we get you guys all to look at the camera and say, "You betcha," while you're in your, you look like a bunch of spud butts with Vaseline on your face and your hats on. And we're like clowns. This is what happens. We have the Super Bowl, the Winter Classic, and sure enough, call the Chamber of Commerce because it's going to be -20. What a joke. Like, why couldn't this be at 1? It's sunny. There's actually good-looking people in Minnesota. They got their hair out of their hats. Prince and Bob Dylan are from here. Why couldn't we show up to the ball like, hey, is this Seattle? Where are we, Austin? No, we're going to be grumpy old men It's going to be a cartoon, man.
So are you saying the play would be because Minnesotans, I think they probably love the fact that they're tough and that they can endure the elements in that regard. So is the play here to be like, we're not going?
No.
Like, this isn't what it's normally like.
So we should talk about that. So I have contemplated just watching it on TV. This is something that's been going through my head. Like, would this be more fun if I just watched it on TV? And I think this ticket market, what's happening right now, you got a bunch of tickets, don't you?
I do.
So I think every ticket to the Winter Classic that gets used will have gone through 3 hands. Like a guy that bought it for $300.
Like everybody wants to go, but then they're kind of like, I don't know.
Everybody bought them, and then they like sold them for $100, and then somebody else is going to buy them for $150 on the day of the game. It's like this ticket market, man. And but so a guy said to me, I go, I don't know. I don't think I really want to go. Like I don't know. Like, does it matter if I was there? Like, am I going to show the ticket stub to someone? And they said, well, this is like the World Series parade in '91. You just got to go. You never know when it's going to happen again. Now, keep in mind, the World Series parade was in October. So I guess you got to go.
Yeah.
You got to be counted. You got to be there. And even if it's brutal, you just got to be there, I think. Right. You got to show up. I don't want us to look bad. I'm a proud Minnesotan. I don't want to, see the beat the traffic side of us. Everybody not showing up. But I think it's possible that, I guess it'll be full impact. But 18 below, man. There's even a Minnesotan is like, you know what? I think I'll just set those tickets on the center island of the house and maybe, tuck in with a blanket and watch all the ice fishing footage.
Well, yeah. So do you ice fish?
Not really, no. So I don't.
The most important thing probably is your boots. Do you have good boots?
I don't know, which means probably not. I do have boots. Yeah, I think those will be okay. Yeah.
Like snow boots?
They look like real boots, yeah. Like rubber on the bottom and like the string, that whole deal.
So the most important thing for me is the thickness of the sole of your boot.
They're big.
Because you're standing on minus 10 degree concrete.
Hot tip, guy told me bring a piece of anything and put it between your feet and the cardboard and you'll stay warmer. Like literally bring a little piece of cardboard, fold it up and just set it on the ground and stand on it. They said that makes a huge difference.
Well, I have something for you.
What do you got?
It's a 2x2 patch of reindeer. Like reindeer fur.
A pelt?
Yes.
And what do you use this for?
To stand on.
You're making that up.
No, I have it.
Okay, so now we're even in a whole new type of territory. Yeah, Minnesotans that's not what they are. This isn't a flyover.
You actually know what that one's for? It's about the size of a seat. And have you ever been to like Lambeau Field?
It's meant to sit on?
Yeah.
So you don't I've been using the word conduit a lot.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
Yes.
Mankato. So you sit on it and the heat or the cold don't transfer through you.
Right.
It gets caught in that pelt.
Right. So
I would love to use that.
The bottom side.
Are you going to go?
Yeah, I'm going to be there.
Okay. Are you going to work? Okay. Let's talk VIP. Because even though you're boxed out because of the pandemic, I have had
How many coffees you had today?
Just one, half. I got to make sure I'm done on time. So I can't get a read on this VIP angle. Like, is there like a great post party? How do I get in a suite? Yesterday for the first time, a guy called me and had tickets in a suite. He didn't give them to me. He gave me the outside ones, but I know there's layers to this thing. Like if your last name's like Dayton or you work for RBC, like you're in a special pod. You're not cold.
No, and I don't know the suites at the Twin Stadium. So
I know there's got to be like
I don't think they're
Legends
enclosed, though.
Club layer.
They're not enclosed.
Really?
But the suites might have access to a spot in the back where you can at least go warm up and there's like a bar or a grill or something.
I haven't heard anything.
Themselves are open air, I believe, like at a Twins game.
But is there like a band there or like is there a great party on Saturday night? Is there like an amazing party somewhere? Have you heard anything?
Well, Thomas Rhett's playing.
He's playing Friday night.
But I think he's doing the Winter Classic too in intermission.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. I didn't even know that. Is that all out there and I'm just missing all the stuff?
I think so.
Okay, good. Hey, I got an iPhone 7. What will the players do after?
So again, it's a family day.
So they just like go home?
Yeah. So
because their kids
the Stadium Series game at Yankee Stadium,
like bleeding.
Yeah, the Stadium Series game at Yankee Stadium. I went and saw my family after. My folks were there. My wife was there, and they're like, "Let's get home." They were so cold that all they wanted to do was
where are the Blues gonna go? We should run with like O'Reilly and Falk.
Well, they're gonna get right out of town.
I hope not. Wouldn't you rip it up if you went to the Winter Classic? It's a Saturday night.
Well, they don't stay overnight. They leave. Like normal road routine is you play the game, you're out. 11 o'clock departure from Minneapolis Airport.
I didn't really want to fraternize with the enemy. But
so that's
maybe that goalie, I would have hung out with him.
Bennington?
No, the
backup. Trying to get his wires a touch?
Backup with the stash. Have you seen this guy?
No, Billy Husso or whatever?
Charlie Lindgren.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm going to confess something to you that's just so horrible, and it shows how my brain works. I was imagining like a post-party where I was hanging out with Kirill, probably in my hoodie, and he would have a hoodie. And I was concerned that my phone, I don't have enough photos of me like catching big fish, because we would have a language barrier, right? So I would need to just like show him pictures on my phone
to like relate.
And he would be like if I had 10 muskie photos, and he would be like maybe showing me stuff on his phone from Siberia, and then we would become friends. And but all I have on my phone is like pictures of a hoodie with my name on it.
So you think the way to Kirill's heart is through pictures of fish?
I would bet a large sum of money on that. I mean, that's right, isn't it?
I don't know. Like, if you wanted to really impress him and become friends with him, you just flip through your phone and show him pictures of fish.
Is this bad if I were to maybe have a buddy of mine send me a bunch of pictures he caught of giant fish, and I crop them so you can't see who it is? And if I were to build our relationship on that foundation, that non-firm foundation, do you think it would come back to haunt me someday as his English gets better? And he's like, those weren't even your fish.
Well, I think he'd be able to, he'd check out these Sorel boots you're talking about and know that you don't actually fish.
Oh, man. Maybe I did have more than one cup of coffee. What do you got? I'll shut up for a minute. I took your pen away.
Some New Year's resolutions. What do we think about this game? Now, this is something that the game actually matters too.
Yeah, it sure does.
So there's 2 points on the line.
So this is a resolution. This is us saying a promise we don't want to break that's going to happen during the game. It's like a prediction.
Sure. Or yeah. Okay.
Or is it for the team going forward?
Let's get into predictions, and then we'll do New Year's resolutions for the team.
Okay.
So predictions. Now we've talked about Eriksson Ek and unfortunately Brodin both as linchpins. You know, like guys where things kind of
got to write your prediction down so we hold ourselves accountable.
Fall apart a little bit when they're out of the lineup.
It's not good.
It sounds like we might miss both of them. Yeah. But before we get into that, Brodin out with COVID. How about the Oval?
So I want to talk about this. So I got to find the picture. This picture went around. If you're a hockey fan,
can you imagine showing up? Yeah. If showing up to the Oval and you've got Zuccarello, Kirill, Eriksson Ek, the Swedish Mafia there, all those guys, Brodin out there just for a skate. Can you imagine?
So was that a photo op, or did they really they were there hanging out? And I can't.
No, I think they just went for a skate.
No way.
Yeah. So now this is that was probably Christmas Day, or Christmas Eve. Not a lot of people in town.
So I don't know everybody, but let's talk about some things. Okay. First of all, Fiala with the couple ladies, and he's not even looking at the camera. This is great for his brand, because this is a handsome gentleman. This is basically Maverick from Top Gun. Is that his wife? Girlfriend?
I think it's his. Now he may be engaged. It could be fiance.
So that's just cool that he's like, can't be. He's in this harem of women and he's not even posing. This also, hey, let's be nicer to Victor Rask, okay? This is the A team, except for Foligno's not here. But these are the guys you want to be running with. There's no clicks on the Wild, to be clear, but if there was, you want to be in this one. Guess who's in this one? Our boy Victor Rask.
Yeah.
So people like him.
What do you think of his hoodie?
What does that mean, the 2 arrows pointing up? Kirill is just perfect. Everything Kirill owns is a gray piece of sweat clothing. This is from like the Sarajevo Olympics. His boots. He's just great. Zuccarello runs the show. He's the Danny Ocean of Ocean's 11, right? He's the leader of this. He told him to go, maybe.
Yeah, and how about his hoodie? What is that, Thielen?
He's giving some props to your Mankato boy, maybe, right? Thielen's Bar Down Lounge. What is this? A football guy has a hockey lounge?
No, I don't know. I don't think he has a hockey lounge. No.
And then the Swedish Mafia. But who's this dude?
It's got to be one of their friends. I don't know who that is.
This is the coolest guy in the photo.
Yeah. How do you get that invite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the good-looking dude. We should have him on the podcast. Do you think we could find him?
Let's track him down.
Get deep into the Oval.
He's probably still here.
He probably knows what's the best, who was the best outside, who was the worst. So in the center of the photo is COVID.
Where's Waldo?
This is literally, that little chromosome they show everyone? There it is. And everyone else is hugging it. So these two girls have COVID. Okay, that's great.
I'm curious who took that picture because they set it up nicely.
Maybe Foligno.
Maybe.
Who did take this photo?
I don't know.
So could you find out as a follow-up, Ryan, since you're in the bubble, who this gentleman is, second from the left, and who took this photo? Maybe Billy G took it.
Maybe.
I think so.
Erickson, that kind of looks like his face is superimposed on somebody else's body, but...
Isn't that how Erickson Eck always looks like?
Yeah. But now think about this for a minute. You just wheel up to the Oval and those guys are there.
And I realize I have no fishing photos.
The best part is that's what you would do is you'd go out there, you'd tie your skates as tight as you can, maybe try to pretend like you're a Monday night skater, not a Tuesday night skater.
Oh, I would try to get in the mix.
And then get your phone out and start rifling through
photos of
fish
muskies.
Pictures.
Yeah. I don't know that my phone would work in the cold, though. It seems to shut down.
So predictions.
Matt Dumba is going to do something special on Saturday.
He's a big game guy.
Big game player. He's either going to just absolutely blow someone up or he's going to get in a fight. He might even make a huge mistake, but he is going to do something. If there was a picnic table, he's going to write his initials in it on Saturday.
So the Stadium Series game, he had a monster game too.
He sure did.
Yeah, Dumba. He was high stepping.
He wasn't second star or first star though.
Well, that's tough. That's tough.
When you got 2-1, Dumba's something big. What's yours?
So for me, I think Talbot wins this game. I think he's a big spot guy, and I think when it comes right down to it, it's Talbot's going to be, can I say like he's going to be top 2 star?
Okay. Talbot is a star.
Yeah. And I don't by the way, I don't like the looks of these goalie pads or anything like that, but I think he's going to perform well in them.
Okay. The Russian, is he from Siberia?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is like a normal day.
So that was going to be my next prediction.
3 points for the Russian.
Oh, 3 points. Okay. Yep. So I was going a completely different route.
You can have him on your list too. 3 points, 97. What do you got for him?
Where I was going with that is he looks like he does for a game at XL Energy Center. There is no turtleneck. There is no earmuffs. He's just
sitting there smiling.
It's not even cold.
So skin.
Yes.
There's no way he's going to do that, but I'm going to give you that one. So 97. What temperature is the X?
Probably 35 degrees.
Okay, so your prediction is 97 doesn't know he's outside.
Doesn't care.
There's no way that's going to happen.
That's
cold. Funny as hell. Okay, so we got one more each. Ecker's out. Brodeen's the patient zero. Let me think here. These kind of weird. I think it's Hartman's year. Everybody loves this guy. He's so cool. Hartman, GWG Hartman.
GWG Hartman?
Yep.
All right.
I miss Zuccarello on a prediction. That could be on your list.
I have 4. Can I do 4?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
I'm going to do 4 then too.
Okay. So my 3 is that Bukestad's going to have a great game.
Okay.
He's going to be very noticeable. Minnesota kid at home, outside. I expect him to. I think he's going to be special that night.
Okay.
And then 4. You want me to go 4 right after
No,
that?
I'm gonna counter you and say that Pitlick has a great game. He's gonna play, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yep.
He's another Minnesota boy. He can handle this. Pitlick.
And I think we might get the debut of
A beautiful baby.
a beautiful baby.
Which one? Boldy?
It'd be a bold call.
It's got to be Boldy
It's a bold call.
because X out. Wow, this is great. What is on the line here?
You tell me.
I think whoever wins the predictions gets to keep the reindeer pelt.
Oh, gets to keep it. So I put
But we
something
can
up
bet it
and then
again.
you-
I'll bet it
so you
again
stand
so
to-
you don't have it forever. But if you were able to get that to me for the game, and I'm more successful than you.
I always love bets where I only stand to win something.
Yeah, okay, I'll put something else up.
Me
What do
this
you?
reindeer pelt, and then I'll bet you that
What about? Do you want to?
I want that sweatshirt.
You want to wear the hoodie?
Yeah, no, I want it.
I don't want to give it to you forever though.
Wow, that's the bet.
It's an XL though.
Reindeer pelt versus Lil Ray.
For a month or so. Okay, fine. We'll do that. We'll do that. You can wear it when
Let's
we're
do it for a month
recording.
because that's even more weird.
Yeah, we'll do it for a month.
Like, what are you gonna do the reindeer pelt for the last week? Just fart in it? Like,
I probably will. I don't know that it would hold the fart, a conduit. What did I miss here?
I don't.
I don't think I'm going to get arrested at the game on Saturday. But if I did, I would call Walkler Law. Do you know how to spell Walkler?
Yeah, WALKLER.
No. WACHTLER. Walklerlaw.com. That's where you go if you get hurt, arrested. What's the third one? Fired. Any of those 3 things, which all could happen Saturday at the Stadium Series. You call him. He's been doing it for 25 years. He's fiercely independent and afraid of no one. He's basically Dumba at a big game. Dumba's basically fiercely independent and afraid of no one.
Right.
So that's walklerlaw.com. And we're finished with New Year's resolutions. And what does that mean, a New Year's resolution? Is it something the Wild need to change?
Well, what do we need to change? Yeah, let's do what we think they need to change, what they need to do to be better or continue on their heater.
Okay. And how many do you want to do?
Let's just do one.
Oh, just one?
You want to do 2?
Okay. To continue on their heater. Well,
I got
go ahead.
You got to free the beautiful babies.
Okay. So we need a jolt.
Right.
We need something new.
I talk about these are the dog days of the season, and it's tough to go from and now it seems like we should be at game at like 40. I don't even think we're at 30. We might be at 30 right now, but 30 to 60, middle of the season, it's the dog days, and the team has lost 4 in a row for the first time under Evison. Every once in a while, you just need a shock, something different to change perspective or the energy around. And I think bringing in a beautiful baby, maybe just re-illustrate to some of the guys, and not that they're feeling comfortable, but it's just one of those things, right? Like, okay, now there's competition for this spot, and just kind of bring it back.
I like that a lot, because otherwise you're just like a sandcastle that's slowly, sinking away.
Yeah, the wind gets you, and you just slowly...
You throw a new element in, it's like, hey, we're still building. Here's a new brick that wasn't there yesterday. What's this?
Right. And if this brick is sturdy, we'll use it.
I like that, yeah. And that we don't have a lot of things to play either. We don't have a lot of cards down low.
Right.
So we might as well play the babies. And a good call. I like that. I was going to make something up, but I really like that. Anything else you want to say? I think we're going to do a pre and post.
Yeah, pre and post Stadium Series. So we'll see. We'll know right after if I'm wearing Little Ray or if you've got the reindeer pelt.
Yep.
So that will be good. Let's do last thing before we sign off. We only got to parts of it. What I believe you need to wear. Base layer, lots of layers, cover the neck, good boots. If you need boots, I have some you can borrow. Neoprene, I think 9mm.
Size
should
12?
be good. Rated for -20.
What size are your feet?
I think the boots are size 12.
Okay.
So those will be good. If you have ice fishing gear, don't care about what you look like. Throw that stuff on.
Okay.
If you don't have that, I have that for you too. I have heated gloves with batteries in it. You want those?
Interesting. I don't know yet. Keep going.
Yeah, and just a good hat, and I like a hat with a light on it.
Damn. Good way to finish. This has been Stanley on 7th, Pull Tab Sports Production. We're here.
Till it's here.
Peace.